Hello there, people who have access to the internet and who are currently using it to watch this video. My name is Pun Food, or just Pun if you prefer. And this is the color dungeon. I remember last episode, I went to the graves and I pushed them in a certain way and it said, please come alone, basically. So I dropped off Bow Wow and now I can enter here. I guess I'll head back out just to show you where this is. It's right here. You just have to push down, left, up, and right. In a clockwise order. Anyway, we're doing this episode purely because the reward from here is pretty good. Now, it's probably intended that you do this after level 3, because the book that you need to know the secret code to get in here is located someplace you can only get with the dungeon item from level 3, not spoiling anything. Well, I kind of spoiled book, but whatever. And this dungeon is not given a level because it was added in the DX version of this game on Game Boy Color. The original Game Boy version of this game did not have this, and that's why this is the color dungeon, and we're the color guard. You'll need magic powder to get anywhere in here. Say the word and I'll sell you some. Oh, they don't do it in this version. They do it only in the DX version. But in the DX version, they give you a riddle, which is like, basically they're just trying to double check that you're playing on a Game Boy Color, by saying, what color am I? Because I'm pretty sure on a Game Boy they don't show up as any different color from each other, but on a Game Boy Color they do. They show up as red and blue. Anyway, they said we'll need magic powder to get anywhere in here. I don't remember what they mean by that, like, but everything in here is themed to the idea of color. The enemies and the ground and stuff, they're all themed around color to some extent. So, in this puzzle too. Oh, also there is, I'm glad I bought the bombs before this. And I'm glad I upgraded them at the little devil guy. But this is a great place to go for money, which is good because we will need money momentarily. I don't know if this was the best place to go for like a deathless run, but you know. Anyway, you want to make sure all these things are flipped to the same color, not the correct color. Because there is no correct color, it's just about making them all line up. That gives you the compass, and now we can see the rooms and various stuff. All the dungeons, that's not the map, but I didn't mention it until now, but each dungeon is shaped like a specific item or object or something. The first dungeon was shaped like Moldorm, and the second dungeon was shaped like a bottle. This dungeon is, I don't think, shaped like anything in particular. I could be wrong about that. Anyway, I don't think there's literally any way to get into this dungeon. No, actually, it might be possible to get into this dungeon before level 2, unless the gravestones need the bracelet to be pushed. But this room is kind of the bracelet check, but not really, because you could use your sword to hit the guys into their, what do you want to call it? Their, uniquely shaped and colored holes, I guess? I don't know. But this was the first, like, I wouldn't say it's like the first ever add-on to a game, but it's like, it's one of the first times that Nintendo did an update to an older game with new content. I'm trying to remember any other times, like before the Wii or, you know, whatever, or GameCube or something. Anything back when it was just the SNES and the, what do you want to call it? NES. I guess it would be NES and SNES, not... Well, that saves me some trouble. Okay. Huh. Okay. These puzzles are pretty simple. Did I get the beak? Is that what I have? Yeah. Make every tile square. Maybe it only works for square. I don't know. But, oh, this room requires a key, not a, whatever. But we have to come this way, because there's a boss over here. Our pitiful sword is no match for him. And he is right. You have to hit him with the magic powder. So, make sure you have enough. Be careful, because he will use electric attacks that deal a whole heart of damage. I don't want to have to use my fairy just yet. I took a hit. Okay. Okay. There we go, got him. And that should spawn a fairy. So hopefully I won't... Yeah, okay. I prefer to use my free revive and my other fairy for something later. Anyway, classic Zelda block puzzle. And in that chest is where we will find the boss key, or nightmare key, whatever. I was just playing A Link to the Past, so I'm so used to it being like... I was used to it being the big key and needing it to open a chest, and I'm like, there isn't a item chest in this dungeon because this is an optional DLC dungeon. But then I remembered, oh, the nightmare key is the boss door key, like in Link's Between Worlds, you know. I don't want to fight you guys. I don't want to fight you guys. I just want to go this way with my key, enter through here, and this is a boss that I don't know why it's specifically in here. Like, the other one you could say was related to color, because, like, when it was blue, it was safe to attack, and when it was green, it was not. What a greedy fool. You want more power? A buffoon like you might as well give up and go home. Anyway, this guy will drop boulders, and he will also stun you if you're on the ground, I believe. The boulders deal, like, 1 heart of damage, and he drops them for every, yeah, he stuns you, so make sure to jump. Oh. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, got him. Not too hard, especially considering I'm not doing the best damage. I guess the whole game is kind of balanced around you not getting a sword upgrade because there actually aren't, like, any sword upgrades in this game. Which I think is interesting. What's this way that, like... Why does this way exist again is more so my question than I'm asking. Oh, chest. Okay. Do I have the map? I do not. There is this the map? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Press minus to look at it, whatever. There's just that room. Oh, there might be another key door, and that's why we have to come over here. Okay. Yeah, like with the sword, you can knock them into their own holes. So you technically don't need the gloves to do these guys, but it is a lot harder without the gloves. So yeah, Color Dungeon might be one of the best dungeons in, like, all of Zelda. Okay. Just doing some... There we go. Oh, I need to make them all square. Okay, well... We can start there. And if we do that, boom. Okay. I guess they do all need to be blue. I thought they could be any color, but blue is just the one I always seem to get. But whatever. Anyway. Pots. Slime things. Fairies. Okay, cool. Hopefully... Oh, now I'm trying to remember. Is this an item check? No, it's not. It's just, one last time showing off these guys. I don't know why this is here. I don't think I need magic powder for this. Oh, this dungeon is in the shape of... I'll tell you in a minute. For now, I guess magic powder is the safest so I don't blow myself up or, you know, whatever. Here we have the dungeon boss, which might take a couple minutes. This is safe. I'm safe. Hard hit beetle. This looks like the guy from Zelda. What do you want to call it? Zelda Link to the Past. So he'll always try to face you, and he just shoots magic, and then he will. Eventually his shell will turn red. Okay, not good. Not good, but I got a heart out of it. Okay. Actually, pushing me into the corner was probably the best move he could have made, because it made it easier to hit him without getting knocked back by his silliness. Anyway, he actually spawns the warp point, and that's for good reason. Because instead of an instrument, since this is DLC, we get a different reward from the dungeon. The dungeon is shaped like a tunic. And as such, it is here that with the Fairy Queen, she will give you the power of color. Red or blue. Powerful red male or sturdy blue male. Or you could go with green. There's no real reason to go with green, because it's not like if you take blue, you'll lose attack power. My first instinct was blue. I've always preferred defense up over attack up, and that might be good for survivability, but unfortunately, red is strictly better. There are very few ways to increase your damage in this game. There aren't like any sword upgrades basically, and I'm pretty sure that the red mail makes you move slightly faster, just like how grabbing a Triforce shard allows you to move faster. So it can even help on defense. It can even help on defense if, you know, for dodging stuff. Body's full of energy. So, she will now warp us outside. And that was a cool, like, 13-minute excursion. I don't know if this makes you faster. I think that's just one of those things where Triforce... the piece of power makes me think that that's the case when maybe it's not. But it does make me stronger. Those enemies that normally took me like forever to defeat, I can now defeat pretty much instantly. And we get knockback from having the other stuff. But yeah, red is strictly better because unfortunately you shouldn't be getting hit really in the first place if you're playing optimally. Anyway, did I go in here and grab this already? I think I did. Just want to double check. Yes. Okay. Cool. I don't think there's any more secrets I need to go over aside from... Well, I wouldn't call it a secret so much as... I've come back to... Is this Maple Village or Mabe Village? I can't remember the official. Come back here. The bow is expensive. We're going to grab the piece of heart, because it's pretty inexpensive, and it gets us another heart right now, I believe, because I think this is our 4th one. Yes. So that's good. Anyway, now I guess we need to work up more funds to buy that bow, but whatever. I definitely feel slightly faster. If you're ever unhappy with your choice of tunic, you can always go back to the color dungeon, and then the warp that the hard-hit beetle produced will take you right to the Fairy Queen, where you can change it out. And that's why, despite him being the final boss of the dungeon, he produces the warp tile. Good stuff to note. Anyway, I'm just cutting grass for no reason now. Okay. So, now... Well, actually, no, there is a reason. Okay. Now, we'll head on out to the prairie, I believe they're calling this. But yeah, it's so much better when I can just instantly defeat, those moblins. Telephone booth, and then a pit that we cannot cross because it's more than one gap wide. Anyway, so, I guess let's head down this way. There's a bit to do. The pathway kind of branches off here. You can either come down this way or kind of wander up that way. I'm going to come down this... I think there's more to do up there. If you don't have bombs, going up this way would be a dead end, but we do have bombs, so we should be fine. I guess I'll fully equip those now, too. You need bombs for a couple secrets around here, although this one might require another item. It does. Okay. So that is a secret for a later date, and by later date, probably later in this recording session, but like tomorrow for you guys. And then this, this is, what do you want to call it? This is, I believe, a fairy, yeah. I didn't use my other fairy bottle, so guess that's fine. But yeah, if you don't have bombs, this giant skull resembling, moblin would be a dead end. But we do have bombs, and we have a shovel, allowing us to get our 11th secret seashell. 11th secret seashell. 11th secret seashell. Oh my god, that's so hard to say. Anyway, we're gonna ignore going south for now because it's not too useful to us right now. It'll be useful, like, literally next episode. But for now, it's more important that we come over here. And there's those weird spider things that only, like, appear here. I think, personally... Ow. We can defeat them in one hit, but yeah, they do deal damage. Although it's like, they only did half a heart, so it's like, what's the point of the blue mail? Sure, you won't take as many hits, but you get plenty of hearts. This is also a warp spot, which I don't believe this one existed in the original game, but I could be wrong. And also, here's a secret seashell. Great, that's 12. I believe out of 50, I can probably double check, but... It's important to get a good number of these because here is the Seashell Mansion. The Seashell Mansion did exist in the original game, but there were only like 20 secret seashells, I think, as opposed to like 50. Anyway, I am the spirit of the mansion. I have been waiting for someone, one who can overcome the darkness. Find the secret shells, then ascend the platform. You will receive the ultimate sword. Sounds like you should come back with lots of shells and try standing on the platform. You should. So, there is exactly one damage upgrade in the game aside from your choice of the red tunic over the blue tunic. And that is from getting the sword from this mansion. Anyway, this present will give us a piece of heart. So I need to find a couple more seashells before we get... I mean, that's a pretty good reward just for, like, finding, like, I think that's, like, 5, maybe. And then, if there's 50, that would be, like, a 40, 30. So it would be, like, a 20. Or 15 would be the next one, it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely 50. Okay, but I believe the original only had 20. It would still give you the ultimate sword, I believe, but and that was like your only damage upgrade aside of red tunic, and it still is for this game. But I think taking red tunic before we can get that sword, which is like most of the game, is at the very least a smart decision because there's no other way to damage upgrade our damage. And then even once we do get the sword, I might just stick with the red tunic because I do feel like I'm moving faster, but that might just be like placebo, you know. I've been told you move faster, so I think I am. Anyway, bananas, bananas. Ooh, ooh, give it to Kiki. Yes. Bananas, bananas. Ooh, ooh, Kiki, monkeys come, repay him, Kiki. I don't know why I decided, like, on that voice. But here come the monkeys. For giving that one monkey the banana. I guess it was bananas, so they could all share the bananas, I guess, but they'll build us a bridge. Monkey business done. Bye-bye. Ooh, Kiki. So, with the bridge... Oh, also, this is part of the trading quest. You trade the bananas for the stick. And we take it. Now, I will say that means that you need to get the Yoshi doll. Then once you have the Yoshi doll, you need to give it to the mother, who will give you the ribbon, I believe. The ribbon, you give it to the Chain Chomp in the doghouse section of Madame Meow Meow's house, who will give you canned dog food, which you give to the gator down on the beach by where you got the sword, which will then give you the bananas. So you need to do all that to access Canalet Castle, which is one of the most, which is part of story progression. So you do have to do that side quest. Suspicious. I am just kind of making sure there aren't any secret seashells, because I don't want to have to come back for them. But whatever. There is a secret passage down. This allows us to get inside the castle. So, Goomba. Anyway. So, and then with the stick, we can do more trading quests. I don't think the rest of the trading quest is required, except if you want to beat the game. And I'll get to what that means when we actually do the rest of the trading quest. But that won't be for a little bit. Also, I think there might be a secret seashell around here, but it's just hard to... what do you want to call it? Anyway, defeat him. Got a golden leaf. Cool. Anyway, we need to get golden leaves to progress the, adventure, I guess. I wouldn't say story, because, like, yeah, it's part of the story, but it's also more so just, like, we're locked out of stuff due to physical, like, stuff outside of, like, oh, plot reasons. We're locked out because of, like, abilities or gateways that are sealed. I guess it could be considered part of the story, but it feels more like a side quest, sort of. Oh my god, that guy would have taken so much longer without the red tunic, so I don't want to even know. Anyway, it's golden leaf number 2. I believe the rest of them should just be in the castle. I don't know how to get that gate open. I think you might just have to beat the castle. Anyway, we're inside now. Can I... Are you... turn into a variable? You are. I don't think I'm going to bother going out of my way to do that, but, you know, just thought I'd check. Oh, and they give a golden leaf. This is, I forgot where most, like, I knew there was one in the crow, and I knew there was one in the guy in the holes, moving around like a game of whack-a-mole. I do not fully remember where, I know where the fifth one is, but I didn't remember where the third one and potentially the fourth one were, because it's just been a while since I played, like, I believe over a year, which is a pretty long time for me to not replay a game. Outside of, like, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, where... Oh, this is how we open the gate. Anyway. Outside of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, I basically replay every game, like, kind of once a year. Or at least, you know, once every 1.5 years. You could use bombs there. I don't recommend there might be a leaf hidden here. I can't remember. It won't... Unfortunately, they won't let you place more than one bomb at a time. Which I think is stupid. And there was a leaf there. So it's a good thing I got them out of there. Anyway. There's a ball and chain soldier. So... I find it a bit weird that they make us do this whole wraparound thing just to force us to go outside and then across over into this room. And also that they didn't put that entrance there and like make this a bigger thing. Like you would expect this to be a dungeon. It's not. It's just a side quest that you need to move on with the main... Is it really a side quest if it's required to advance the main story? I guess it's a story quest. Like, you know, it's not really like... one of your main objectives, but you need to do it to progress the story. So it's like a quest, but it's not fully on the side the way some other quests love to be. Okay, cool. That wasn't that hard. The fifth golden leaf, must be the last one. The Rock's Feather actually makes a lot of fights easier because you can jump over a lot of their attacks, or at least avoid getting knocked back as much by them, from my experience. Hello. Don't care. I won't bother with it. I need more secret seashells. The problem is finding a good place to get them. Okay. This episode's almost over, but the last thing I want to do is with the stick from the monkey, we can now give that to Terran. And if we let him borrow the stick, he will use it to try and get the honey. And it'll pull an Animal Crossing. I think he should have been more cautious. Like, come on. You're messing with a beehive. Like, well, he's probably still a hive. Anyway, we'll find out what those 5 golden feathers are for next time. But for now, my name has been and will be tomorrow, and the day after that, 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 and it always will be Pun Food. You know, maybe I should be doing longer episodes because honestly our current objective of getting all the instruments and stopping the nightmares seems pretty imperative.